Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely pumped to be with you today because we're taking a really close look at a piece of hardware that's honestly changing the game for remote workers, gamers, and travelers alike. We're doing a complete breakdown of the highly rated Cocopar portable monitor. Specifically, we're looking at their 15.6-inch 1080p FHD touchscreen travel monitor. This thing boasts a 90% sRGB color gamut, acts as a powerhouse second screen, and comes totally loaded with built-in speakers and VESA mountability. So let's jump right in.
Okay, be honest. Picture this. You're sitting at a tiny coffee shop table, or maybe you're in a cramped hotel room on a work trip. You're desperately trying to juggle a live Zoom call, 4 dense spreadsheets, and a reference doc, and it's all crammed onto a single 13-inch display. It is incredibly frustrating, right? You literally lose your train of thought every time you have to swipe away the video feed just to check one single cell of data. Standard laptop real estate is just inherently limiting, and it forces us into this exhausting loop of minimizing and maximizing windows that totally kills productivity. So today, we're going to cover exactly how this device tackles that issue. We'll start with the single screen problem, move to the plug-and-play touch features, check out the specs and build quality, see what's inside the box, look at actual user reviews, and finish up with our final verdict.
All right, part 1, the single screen problem.
You know, the whole dream of being a digital nomad, or just having a flexible professional life, often clashes pretty hard with the reality of our hardware. To get a dual screen setup on the road, people have traditionally had to lug around bulky secondary monitors, heavy power bricks, and just a ridiculous tangled mess of HDMI and USB adapters. Imagine getting to your hotel after a long flight, you're setting up for a crucial meeting, and you realize you brought the wrong display dongle. It completely derails your day, it clutters your physical space, and honestly, your mental space too. It's basically the exact opposite of an efficient modern workflow.
Moving right along to Section 2, Plug, Play, and Touch.
This is where the Cocopar really shows off a major shift in portable design. It's built entirely around true plug-and-play simplicity. There are no software drivers to hunt down, no annoying pop-ups, no complex setups. If your laptop supports it, you literally plug in one single USB-C cable. That one cord handles the power draw, the high-definition video signal, and the touch data, all at the same time. And it's not just for workstations. Because of its versatile ports, it's a perfect HDMI or USB-C second screen for a Surface PC, or even a quick gaming session. It seamlessly connects to an Xbox, a PS4, or a PS5. Instant driver-free gratification.
And guys, this brings us to an incredibly exciting feature. Historically, Mac users kind of get the short end of the stick with external touchscreens. Apple's ecosystem is super locked down, so external touch displays are usually limited to basic, clunky, single-click cursor movements. But this Cocopar monitor actually manages to offer universal compatibility. It essentially tricks macOS into unlocking native touch gestures just like it does for Windows. So whether you're on a Dell or a MacBook, you get that intuitive multi-finger slide, pinch to zoom, and drag and drop functionality, exactly like you would on a high-end tablet. That is a massive win for Apple users.
All right, part 3, specs and build quality. Let's see how the hardware actually stacks up.
So a lot of budget travel monitors try to cut costs by using this cheap plastic film screen. If you've ever used one, you know exactly what I mean. They feel almost sticky, your finger drags awkwardly, and they scratch if you so much as look at them funny in your laptop bag. But this Cocopar model uses high-hardness tempered glass. This is absolutely crucial for a touchscreen because it gives you exceptional scratch resistance, plus that silky-smooth glide your fingers expect. And as a bonus, glass makes it way easier to just wipe away those daily smudges and fingerprints.
The balance of capability and portability here is actually pretty wild. We're talking about a 15.6-inch IPS display, pushing 1080p full HD. In everyday terms, 1080p means your spreadsheets and text will be super crisp. It also features a 90% sRGB wide color gamut and 270 nits of brightness. For the non-tech nerds out there, that high sRGB rating just means the colors are vibrant and accurate. So if you're editing photos or kicking back with Netflix in your hotel, it looks true to life, not washed out. And get this, even with built-in speakers and being fully VESA mountable for a home office setup, the whole heat-dissipating metal frame is just 0.23 inches thick and weighs exactly 2 pounds.
Moving to Section 4, Inside the box. Let's see what actually shows up at your door.
Notice how comprehensive this kit is. This represents some serious hidden cost savings. You aren't just buying a screen and then immediately jumping back on Amazon to hunt down the right high-speed cords or a protective case. Out of the box, you get a protective sleeve that doubles as a stand, a dedicated wall power adapter, a USB-C to USB-C cable for that streamlined single-wire setup we talked about, 2 USB-A to USB-C cables, and an HDMI cable. Buying all those premium accessories separately could easily add $50 to a competitor's price tag. You are 100% ready to set up a dual-monitor workstation immediately, no matter what ports your laptop or console has.
Okay, Section 5. What the reviews say. Let's step away from the spec sheet and look at the real world.
6,125. That is the number of global customer ratings this specific monitor has amassed online. That isn't some small, easily manipulated sample size of 50 people. This is a massive data pool, which gives us a highly reliable baseline to judge how this thing actually performs out in the wild.
And the feedback? It's overwhelmingly positive. An astounding 90% of those thousands of reviews awarded the monitor a perfect 5 stars, with another 7% giving it 4 stars. That results in a super strong 4.8 overall average rating. We really should pause here because consumer electronics are notoriously scrutinized by buyers. People are so quick to complain about dead pixels or lagging touch responses. Seeing a 4.8 average at this kind of volume is super rare and says a lot about the manufacturing quality.
Let's hear what actual users are saying. One verified buyer wrote, "This screen was thin and lightweight. It fits easily into my backpack with my laptop and other devices." That perfectly humanizes the dry specs we just went over. It proves that a 2-pound weight and a 1/4-inch thickness actually translate to real hassle-free portability for travelers. It slips right into a standard bag without breaking your back.
Here's another one from someone specifically using a newer MacBook Air. They confirmed the seamless setup, saying, "Genuine plug-and-play using the USB-C lead. Instantly came to life, mirroring my desktop. They literally pulled it out of the box, plugged in one cable, and boom. It instantly expanded their workspace within seconds. No software headaches at all."
But looking impartially at the data, we also want to address the most common troubleshooting question that pops up. Nothing is flawless, and it's super important to know how to maximize your hardware.
So the data shows that if you want maximum screen brightness, like pushing those 270 nits to the absolute limit in a sunny room, a single USB-C cable connected to an older laptop might not supply enough juice, which can cause the screen to flicker or restart. Guys, this isn't a design flaw, it's just physics. Pushing max brightness requires more power than a single laptop port can sometimes give. The fix is incredibly easy. Just use that included wall plug power adapter to give it a dedicated power source. Problem solved.
And finally, Section 6, the final verdict. Let's wrap this all up.
To summarize, this explainer has really highlighted how the Cocopar 15.6-inch travel monitor just completely solves the single-screen problem. It brings a premium tempered glass display, built-in speakers, an ultra-light VESA mountable metal frame, and amazing native multi-touch gestures for both Windows and Mac. Plus, it connects seamlessly to laptops, Surface PCs, and gaming consoles, ships with every cable you could possibly need, and is backed by some seriously impressive high-volume user data. So I want to leave you with a question to chew on today. Look closely at your own workspace. We spend so much of our lives at our computers. Is your current remote setup truly empowering your best, most efficient work? Or are you fighting against cramped windows, endless tabs, and messy cables? Sometimes a really simple, smart hardware upgrade is exactly what you need to unlock your full productivity. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep exploring ways to work smarter.